Experience your experience. Hey guys, Jim Edwards here, and welcome to another edition of Letting the Chickens Out with Jim. Truth be told, I already let the chickens out. We're just walking back over there because it was raining earlier, and I didn't feel like making a video in the rain. Thank you for the well wishes that I've gotten from a bunch of people. Yes, I've been feeling pretty crappy the last couple days. My buddy Sarah says, hey, I saw a couple of your lives, and you just didn't have that usual pep in your step. Yeah, because my ears felt like it was getting drilled out by a giant freaking drill press with an inner and outer ear infection, and it has sucked. I don't know how British people keep a stiff upper lip. It's like, I've got a bit of an ear infection. It's like, oh my God, it feels like my ear's getting ripped out of my skull with a pair of lockjaw pliers. But I guess Brits are classier than I am. Anyway, experience your experience. What am I talking about? Well, you know, interestingly enough, and people are like, oh, I'm not going to focus in on the COVID thing, and I'm going to get past it, and blah, 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 blah. Hey, I want you to understand one thing. We are living in history right now. This is going to be one of those things that they talk about 100 years from now. Just like we talk about the Great Depression, we talk about World War I, World War II, we talk about the Great Spanish Flu epidemic of 1918. Okay, you already got your snacks. We're not double dipping. I'm talking to the folks. Say good morning, chickens. Good morning, chickens. But in all honesty, I guess we'll walk up to the mailbox. In all honesty, though, I want you to think about this. We are living in history right now. The experiences that you have right now, you're going to tell your kids, your grandkids, even your great-grandkids about. I was having a discussion the other day with Eli. He's going to turn 10, my youngest grandson. He's going to turn 10 this month, and he said, we basically agreed that I'm going to be a great-grandpa, and I'll still be young enough to chase the kids around, and he thought that was super cool. But this is the kind of stuff that you're going to be talking about for years. Your kids are going to be asking about. It's going to be in the history books. And one of the things to think about is the experience that you have, learning from it, really internalizing the experience so that you can apply it to other stuff. Because I can tell you right now, this is not the last time something like this is going to happen. And the next time something like this happens, it might not be a pandemic. It might not be an economic thing, but some sort of crisis. When something happens, you're going to have knowledge that you can use to deal with the situation better than those around you. I was talking to a friend of mine this morning about his business his business hasn't been hit yet. And so he was saying, I'm just trusting to the fact that everything is going to be great. And I said, that's great. I'm excited that you're trusting to the fact that everything is going to go great. But I can tell you back in 2008, 2009, when the financial crisis happened, here's what happened in our business. We had a situation where everything went along, was great for about 4 or 5 months. And I was like, man, maybe this isn't going to hit us. And then there was a trailing effect. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to happen, but I am preparing for that to happen. So there's stuff that you learn from experiences like this, experiences with business partners, experiences with your health, experiences with eating, just experience. And most people, when they have experiences, they don't even pay attention to what's going on. That's why I had the title of today's video was Experience Your Experience. That what I mean by that is really see what happens, see the details, see how things interact with each other, and what the consequences are of your actions and other people's actions and things going on out in the world that you can't control. You may not be able to control what's going on, but you can control your reaction, and you can control the way you take it in. and what you do as a result of what's going on. And that is where experience comes in. So don't blow all this off and stick your head in the sand and just say, okay, well, when it's over, everything will be the same again. It's not going to be the same again. Little things will be different, big things will be different. And if you pay attention to this and use your experience and the experience of others, you can come out on top. Anytime there's a big change, there are winners and losers, all right? Make sure you're a winner. And one of the biggest ways you do that is to pay attention to the experiences that you're having and learn from them. Maybe it's the history major in me, I don't know. Oh, I guess Terry got the mail already. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to ask you in the comments below, what has your biggest experience been with what's going on right now, and what have you learned from it? Seriously, I mean, for me, the biggest experience, and I'll share mine, the biggest experience that I've had has been watching people not making decisions for themselves. Back when, and again, I'm not getting political, I'm just sharing like we were having a cup of coffee, okay? The biggest thing that I saw was all this stuff with the masks and everything else and face coverings and whatnot, when people in authority were saying, oh, you don't need to wear a mask, you don't need a mask, we need to save them for the people who are working in the healthcare. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. If people who are in healthcare need them, why wouldn't we need them if we're around other people, if it can be transmitted through the air? It doesn't make sense. And so what that experience has taught me is that listen to your inner voice. No matter what somebody else is telling you, no matter how many times they tell you, if in your gut you're like, that don't make sense, I don't necessarily agree with that, it's okay to listen to your own gut, okay? So that's been my experience. So what has your biggest experience been throughout this? And what have you learned that you'll be able to apply in the future? And I'm being 100% serious. What have you learned that you'll be able to apply in the future when we have another type of crisis, whether it's financial, health, spiritual, natural disaster type, because there will be another one. If you look back through history, you know, every 5 to 10 years, something happens. It's a varying degrees, but something happens every 5 to 10 years somewhere that a large number of people have to deal with. What skills are you learning that you'll be able to deal with it? Is it just, as my buddy Stu says, being comfortable, being uncomfortable? Have you learned that you can survive with less? Have you learned that, you know what, I really can do stuff without having to go into an office? Have you learned who your real friends are? Have you learned, I don't know, what have you learned? What experience have you had that you're going to be able to take forward as a positive? I'm serious. What is it? And I really do want to know in the comments down below. Okay, well, that was a nice little walk over and visit the chickens and walk over and check the mail that Terry already checked. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.